What's going on, fellow gamer pod? It's your old pal Putty Man here, and today we are going to be talking about the
And as
greatest...
always, we're all about the high score.
Let me make sure it's recording. There it is. All right, guys. So I'm here today with me, myself, Cat Nipples, my friend Lunchbox, and one of my other friends, Detective John.
Putty, you
Kimball.
could have been Lunchbox.
He is.
Oh, you are
I am
Lunchbox.
Lunchbox.
All right, guys. So today we're here to talk about the best consoles of all time. Now, we've done this podcast, this exact podcast already, but we're going to do it again because we're stupid. So, all right. So first off, I want to start by saying the best console of all time, hands down, is definitely the Sega Wii U,
Dreamcast.
You're going way too far. You're way too far.
Let me make sure.
Finish.
Let me do what Nikki's doing. All right, go ahead.
Doesn't my voice sound so romantic though? I could be a rapper.
This is how he covers his face. He's like, I'm gonna put the mic in front of my face. Can you guys do it?
Putty, if you didn't notice,
Did we check it for recording?
Yeah, I checked. Putty, I'm using a rapper mic, which means I need to rap like this. I'm not using my shitty old snowball that you're using, dude.
You ain't got bars like that.
Yeah, I'm not using a snowball or anything.
Hey, yo, I'll run laps around you like Terry Fox.
Wait. Sponsored by Snowball.
We should be.
Yeah,
sponsored by these balls on your chin, kid. Okay.
The company's name is Blue. Did you check to make sure the videos are recording?
Yeah, I just clicked record.
Yeah, but do we know if it's actually recording?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out after.
Yeah, thanks. You should probably do that now.
No,
let's most definitely not talk about any shitty movies.
Wow.
Oh wow! As he sips from a Captain Marvel cup.
Wow, you're not a true fan. I knew.
This is already the best podcast we've ever done. Fellow Gamer Gear Podheads and Sega Genesis Sonic blowers.
I'm sure if Jessica Alba was the main fucking actress in that movie, you would change your mind.
Yeah, it's the best movie ever.
But not modern Jessica Alba, like 10 years ago Jessica Alba.
I mean, she's still kind of hot. Have you seen her?
Yeah,
lately?
she is,
She's
but I'd rather
hot.
the other one.
I'll take either one.
Oh, nice, boys. Okay, let's get back onto the conversation of topics. My favorite console of all time, hands down, is definitely the Sega Genesis Saturn V2 Galactica Spaceship Edition.
Oh, yeah? Battlestar Galactica?
That's it. That's mine. For real, hands down. Okay, let's be honest, boys. If we're talking about best consoles here, it's definitely...
Okay, let's just start. Let's go
PS4.
top 5. Let's start at top 5. Let's start at number 5.
I'm going to go cross-eyed though. Ready? Did I go cross-eyed?
Okay, this is what I want to do. This is how I'm breaking down this list for the people that are watching.
He's going to have to cut this.
We're going to do five consoles. Your 5 best consoles. None of them have to be in order, except number 1 has to be the number 1.
Buddy, on my screen, he's up there. He's up this one? Yeah,
okay.
That's John, and then I'm on the other side. I'm on the other side. Look up for me.
Wait, what?
Look up.
What? Oh, hey!
Right.
Hey, buddy. Which side are you on?
The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch.
Guys, that's a dumb show from back in the day.
Just so you guys know, Putty was actually born 23 years before the Brady Bunch first aired.
Facts. But Marsha. All right, come on.
Marsha's like 70 now.
What's the dad's name from the Brady Bunch?
Greg Brady.
Is that true? That's your son?
I can't believe you know that.
I've seen the movies.
I didn't know that.
Saw the movies.
Wait, you can't believe he knows that?
Yeah, because all I knew was Marsha. I didn't know any other character.
There's also
John.
Peter.
Paul and Mary.
No, there's not. Cindy's the little one. Cindy's the little Theo on the thief.
Okay, shut the fuck up. Stop now.
Okay,
we gotta
5 consoles. 5 consoles.
Okay.
They have to be your top 5. The only one that has to be in order of ranking is the number 1. The other 4 don't have to be in order.
Okay. Putty, you want to go first or should I go?
Oh, you can go.
All right.
Number 5.
Number 5. Sega Genesis. No arguments needed.
Did you serious? You serious?
I'm serious. Number 4. Burger King foot lettuce.
No, you can't. Okay, Putty, do you? What's your number 5?
Geez, see, this is I forgot what my list was now. I didn't have time to think about it. I know my number 1. You guys know what my number 1.
That's why I said that the other 4 don't matter. Just tell us what the systems are.
Okay, well, I will say that in that situation, it's gonna. Okay, we'll say number 5 would be NES.
Okay, that's fair. That's super fucking fair.
Mm-hmm. What about
I am going to say, well, this is rough.
You're on the clock, kiddo.
Question. when we're doing this right now, are we basing it off?
No, this is live. This is not gonna be edited. Go ahead.
We're gonna do it live.
Yes, we're doing it live.
But are we gonna base this off what our favorite consoles are, or what? Did I have to own it, or
Okay,
just
can you
what
just
I?
give us your fucking
Super
top 5
Nintendo.
list? Super Nintendo. Okay. For my number 4, I'm gonna put on NES.
I guess my turn. Okay. Number 4. I'll say either between Xbox 360 or Xbox. I'll say OG Xbox.
Whoa, I'm gonna go Xbox 360.
This is too hard for me, honestly. Now that I thought about it, this, like Xbox 360, you really put that on the list. You're a fucking joke. But how about this? We're only allowed to pick one per the best. Let's pick the best console per company. So one your best
Okay.
PlayStation. That's more interesting to me.
Okay,
than
so
this.
let's get through a curveball into this. Let's get through a curveball.
So if I had to go next, I would say regular Xbox, OG Xbox.
Okay, so your Nintendo system was NES.
No. If we're gonna start from scratch, that's why because NES is
Okay, so we'll start with Xbox.
Yeah, mine is gonna be OG Xbox. 100%.
I'm gonna go 360.
I'll stick with OG Xbox still, even though
Okay.
360 was good too. Yeah.
Not a boy.
Okay, I like this. This makes it so much
Next,
easier.
let's go Nintendo handhelds. I'm gonna go.
Wait.
Nintendo handhelds.
Okay, well, I already know what you're gonna pick. You're gonna pick the Game Boy Advance Flip one, the SI
the Game Boy Advance. SD? Was it SD or SP? Fuck, what was it?
No, SP was the little one.
It was
Game
Boy
Advance and then Advance SP.
SP, yeah. Game Boy Advance SP was like a laptop, a little
laptop.
No,
the SP was a little tiny one.
It was like a laptop.
No, you're thinking of micro.
Yeah.
Am I? Okay, well, for me, I'm gonna honestly say it's the 3DS. It doesn't have a lot of games, but it's so powerful. The 3DS is the newer
version of the one I'm talking about.
Yeah. But I'll go 3DS XL.
See, the problem is I like Game Boy Advance, but like my love started from the original Game Boy.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know, I mean, but so it's I don't know.
The reason I'm choosing the SP is because I had it for so long. I had so many games.
He did, and he played it. He played it more than like anything.
But see, I'll be honest with you though. Even though it killed the hell out of batteries, I fucking love Game Gear. So even back then, when
those
Game
are
Gear
so old though.
Well, we're not there yet.
Okay, we're not gonna do a Sega console.
No. Well, I got one for that though. Okay, so I honestly, I had a Game Boy, original Game Boy, for my whole life. I got it when it first came out and shit. But if I'm gonna go what I like better, I definitely like the 3DS. So
yeah, you said that already.
So this is I'll jump in on you on this. The next one is any other company's handheld system.
Okay, let me go first then, because mine's gonna be quick because you guys are such little babies. I'm gonna go with that stupid old big Sega one because that's honestly the only other.
Nomad. He's talking about the Nomad.
You know what?
No, he's talking about the Game Gear.
No, I'm gonna take that back. I was talking about the Sega one. It was a big Sega black.
Yeah, Game Gear, the one I have at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually take that back, and I'm gonna go with a PS. Was it P the first PlayStation one?
PSP and PS
I remember getting a modded one. Getting my hands on a modded one, and it was like having a modded PS1. Had thousands of games on one chip. It was so fucking cool.
But see, that makes it hard for me though, because I loved the Game Gear back in the day, but the fucking Vita, a lot of people didn't like it, but I fucking love the Vita.
I never got to experience it, so
I'm gonna go Game Gear because I don't give a shit about the PlayStation portable systems.
Yeah, the only reason I liked it is because I was literally playing like Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I know. Anthony had one too.
Have you guys even like tried an Atari Lynx? That wasn't too bad either.
No, yeah, that Atari Lynx is not bad. My buddy had one.
All right, that's out of the way. So we're gonna save the best for last, obviously. Let's go. Can we go anything else other than Nintendo, Sega, and PlayStation and Xbox?
You can go. We can just go like on any other system.
I wouldn't even know one, to be honest with you. All right, you know what? Let's just go Sega. What's your favorite Sega console? Because we have a Genesis and a Dreamcast, so I'm the tiebreaker, basically, is what you guys are saying.
Okay, Dreamcast is better, but I didn't have a Dreamcast.
Yeah, see, I had a Genesis and Dreamcast. I fell in love with the Genesis first, but I feel like the Dreamcast was just it was just such a good console.
I'm 100%. Go ahead.
It's basically the Dreamcast is easily like in the world of systems, like top 5 ever made. Like quality, everything that you got out of it.
Even though I put Genesis as my number 5, that's why the top 5 list wasn't going to work for me, because it'd be way too hard. But if I had to choose my favorite Sega, it would be a Dreamcast for sure.
Did you ever play when Reese had one?
Yeah, Crazy Taxi, Jet Set Radio was literally, I would go to his house all the time to play it. So
the game library was on there, just amazing.
Well, we had Jet Grind Radio on Xbox.
There was the new Sonic that came out.
Well, not even just that. Like that's where you can actually get like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 when that came out. You could get games that you didn't even know about, like Power Stone. If you ever can get a copy on Power Stone and play it, it's fucking amazing.
I'll
It's the
fucking kill
first
you.
Power Stone.
No, I meant in real life.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so look, the moment of truth.
I'm a cop, you idiot.
The moment of truth. PlayStation. What's the
PlayStation
best
2.
PlayStation console of all time?
Yeah, mine would be PlayStation 2 as well.
No
or
questions
PlayStation 4.
asked.
I mean, PlayStation 2, but right now, I would say that PS4, I would say top PS2 when it comes to, like, you know.
Okay, can I throw a curveball into this so you can maybe change your answer on this? Because I think even just saying, that's asking me my favorite PlayStation console is just like asking me my favorite top 5 consoles of all time. My curveball is if you had one system to stay with for the rest of your life, one system with one game of libraries and all its features, what would it be? You can't play any other system.
Okay.
But are we going to go back to the other question?
Yeah, well, this is for me. Okay, let me answer mine. Mine would be PS4 because on PS4 you have a game of you have PS2 games and PlayStation.
No, you can't do that.
I would have to go PS4 to be honest with you. Streaming? Imagine if you couldn't.
Okay, but this is my thing. If we're gonna do that question, then you can't backlog anything. It's only games available for that system.
Well, that's pretty good. And honestly, if that was true, if you can only get the games that actually came out for that console at that time, then I would go back to PS2 because you got to think.
Yeah, PS2. You got the biggest library of any game.
But that's because that's also when GTA came out. You got to remember GTA, Vice City, and San Andreas both came on PlayStation 2.
Bully was on it.
Exactly.
Red Dead was on it.
If we're gonna go by but again, those games are fun and all. But have you went back and played Grand Theft Auto anytime recently or Bully?
Yeah, but I still could.
Oh yeah, but you're talking about if we're stranded. Like
Bully's amazing.
I'm not talking about stranded.
I don't want to get into this talk.
That's my point.
I don't care when you played it. Bully is a fucking amazing. Are we gonna
go off on a tangent on Bully?
No, we're not. But if you're gonna tell me that, have you played it recently? No, Bully is so detailed and in depth. You're crazy.
Like if I had to choose my favorite Rockstar games of all time, right? And I'm talking if I can go in and give individual IPs, like I was able to say, Grand Theft Auto 5, San Andreas. It would be Bully. Would be right up there with those games.
Okay, well, guess what? This just evolved. Top 3 Rockstar games of all time.
Oh my god.
Okay, top. Let's just say bet. What's your favorite Rockstar game that's not part of Grand Theft Auto?
Red Dead Redemption.
That would be Red Dead Redemption for me as well.
Red Dead Redemption is my favorite, including Grand Theft Autos.
If I had to pick, yeah, you were always weird like that.
That's my favorite game ever.
You always thought Red Dead was better than.
But I liked Manhunt as well. And then, God,
yeah, but Manhunt, I agree with you, Putty. It's a great game, but there's no way you're saying Manhunt is your favorite. Right?
Yeah, no. It's one of those games I would love. That I definitely would go back to, but it doesn't have any kind of longevity to it.
I know both you guys didn't play this game as much as I did, or maybe not. Putty, you might have not played it at all. But I wouldn't put this as my number one, but I have to bring it up. Warriors.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, I like
so good.
I like Warriors, but it's in the same realm for me, just like the whole Manhunt thing. It's a good game. I just feel like even in the situation with Bully has some replayability, but the problem is even in the Bully situation, I feel like once you've done everything, even with the side missions, there's really nothing else going for it once you get done.
Hold on though. On your Warriors thing, this is my issue with Warriors. Not that it's a bad game. I bought the game. That's how you played it. It's so linear. You don't get to do your own thing. You have to follow the story.
It was a linear game, but it did have free roam aspects. Like there was parts of the game when the riots broke out and you had to go around searching and looting stores and stuff. I wouldn't put it as my favorite game. 100%.
And Bully, there's so much detail to it. You had to get level 5 in every class.
Well, Putty,
you had to get level 5 in riding a bike.
Let me talk about what I was saying about Bully. The reason I think Bully was so good is because you could watch the movie and then play the game after, and the game was a splitting, like it followed the movie scene by scene, and it was
so. What the hell are you talking about? I'm
not Bully, sorry.
Warriors.
Because
the movie is based off the movie. Remember?
Yeah,
so
it's
when the game came out, I already knew about the Warriors because you told me to watch the movie. It's just like years before I played the game. But I remember throwing on the movie and then going and binging it all night, staying up for fucking 12 hours
that
straight.
Stupid DVD was expensive as hell back then. It was like $40.
And it was a great movie. But and then if we're gonna talk about Bully now, if we're gonna switch subjects to Bully, Putty, what you said about Bully was completely wrong. When you said Bully's kind of linear, you beat it. There's nothing.
No. I didn't say it was linear because I did say there were side missions. You can run around and do whatever you want. But like I said, the one thing about Bully in my eyes was, like you had a time limit. Like you had to get to class at certain points. You could skip class and everything. But that's what I'm saying. Once you've gotten all the classes done and got everything done, it didn't feel like, you got to think in the realm of GTA, even Red Dead Redemption, you have that whole thing where you could just go around and I could go and just, just start killing some people and steal some stuff. Like Bully didn't seem to have that same feel. Like you could do some stuff,
Yeah,
but
but
there wasn't as much.
you were a kid in school, so like
Oh no, I get
that's
that.
how life is you only get that many
Right.
hours to go to school, and then you can't go to school.
Exactly, but that's still a true fact. That's my point. You know what I mean? Yeah, you are stuck in that situation. But if I'm in a situation where they're saying, "Hey, if I had to choose one Rockstar game to be stuck with," and I've already beaten it, and
Red Dead.
I'm gonna go Red Dead. You know what I mean?
I 100% agree.
I think you guys are right. Red Dead 1 is definitely a game that will give you a lot more hours. But
It will, and to me, I don't care what anybody says about Grand Theft Auto 5. There's
what
no
about
map.
Midnight Club? Midnight
There's
Club was
no
fucking
map
dope.
bigger than Red Dead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Midnight.
there is. There's a lot of maps bigger than Red Dead.
Well, see, there's a lot of games. Again, we had those conversations we've had in the past actually about.
No,
other
I'm not
Rockstar
playing
games.
Midnight Club.
Well, Midnight Club is good. It's actually, I always felt Midnight Club was way better than Need for Speed.
Not Need for Speed Underground.
Well, Need for Speed Underground was good, but
yeah,
I mean,
there was good Need for Speeds.
Yeah, they were good, but I mean, Midnight Club had something different to it. I don't know. Midnight Club felt like it was way more entertaining. I guess
there's Need for Speed Carbon. That's a great Need for Speed. And
I like
Carbon. Speed Underground, which is another good one.
I started with
Midnight Club. The first two Midnight Clubs are good, but LA, like those ones are shit.
They're okay. I mean,
wait, Midnight Clubs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember any bad Midnight Clubs, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they got stupid.
I feel like they were still all good, but I mean, if we're gonna go into racing game, that's a whole different story. We're just
going racist games.
No, racing games.
We don't all live in North Carolina.
Buddy, man, you're so southern.
Oh my god! See, I love how. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. Anyways, we got that out of the way.
Let's go back to one subject I want to bring up here. Going back to consoles, is if you had to pick one console not to live with, but what's your favorite console of all time? Because we hear all your generations. So like Putty, as an example, had Dreamcast. He had original Xbox. Right? What is the number one console of every single one of those consoles you chose? You chose PS2. You chose the.
Wait, we didn't even finish it. What else do we have?
PlayStation was the last.
No,
one.
we didn't do Nintendo.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't do Nintendo consoles actually.
Oh, we didn't. And the thing is, did you guys even have any other off-brand consoles? Like, did you have the Neo Geo? Did you have the TurboGrafx?
Neo Geo's not really off-brand. Neo Geo is crazy expensive, and I don't want to talk about it because it's crazy.
Wait, what?
Wait, did you guys get that pop-up?
Yeah, it said the meeting has what, unlimited minutes?
I don't know what that meant.
No, maybe because we didn't pay for it.
Should we just check if it stopped and we'll just start a new one?
Mm-hmm.
It says it's still recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Putty, check your message. Did you get it?
It popped up, then went away.
Yeah, me too, but it said like the meeting has unlimited minutes.
Yeah.
So I think maybe they're just giving. It says recording on the top of my screen.
It does.
Yeah, it says.
Anyway, so look, if we're gonna talk about Nintendo consoles, I know what you guys are gonna say because you guys are always living in nostalgia and shit. But I mean, honestly, if you're talking about the best like category of games, it has to be 64, right?
Super Nintendo.
See, I'm with John.
But I mean, in my opinion, and you guys are probably gonna disagree with me on this, N64 just had evolved versions of all those games, but evolved.
Right, but see, the thing is, N64 was still learning. N64 was one of those consoles that didn't know.
But again, that's just going off nostalgia. Was it? You actually enjoyed it more? You think?
No. There was a lot of bugs still with it. You know what I mean? Because of N64, we got great games like Super Mario Sunshine and more Mario games that were better later on. That definitely came. But you have to understand, the Super Nintendo, what made it so great is because it was competing with the Sega Genesis. It had such a luscious library of games when it comes to. You got to think, it's the first console that had Mario Kart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but again, I think that we got a better version of Mario Kart on 64.
Just hold on. Yes, you did. This is my issue. There are great games. The Zelda games, the Mario games, Smash Brothers,
exactly,
whatever.
Yeah.
Okay?
But isn't there just a better version on 64?
It was the first leap towards three-dimensional. And same thing with PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1, when we were talking all these top 5 consoles, that would have been one of my top 5. That was my favorite system maybe ever. But when you go back and try to play it, the graphics are so bad, they're almost unplayable because it was an era of transition. So no matter how much you like those games, when you go back to it, they don't hold up. Super Nintendo is 8-bit, so nothing's going to be bad about it. It's just 16-bit.
And see, you also
whatever. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, you also think about this. There's one thing that I've noticed. When it comes to like a lot of emulations, they'll emulate N64 games. They'll emulate other games. And what it is Super Nintendo was much better to emulate, but it's not just because it's better to emulate, because of such a huge library. It basically took what made Nintendo great and say, hey, we're going to make the graphics a little bit better.
NES,
but,
yeah,
the Nintendo Entertainment System, and we're going to make it even better.
So what would you say? What would you say then? Just to end this conversation right now, would you say NES or would you say Super Nintendo?
Well, Super Nintendo, without a doubt.
John?
I was actually
Super Nintendo, also because of the amount of games that it has.
Okay, so at least you guys aren't completely fucking living in nostalgia.
You have the Zelda games on that. You have Chrono Trigger. You have Final Fantasy. You have all the Mario games. Super Mario World's like the best Mario game except for 64.
When people ask me what my favorite Zelda game is, to this day, it will always be A Link to the Past. I love A Link to the Past.
So what's your favorite Super Mario game? It would be 64 then, right?
It's a tie for me, Super Mario World and 64.
Super Mario.
I'll pick 64.
Okay, buddy, go ahead.
Mine would be Super Mario World, Super Mario Bros. 3. Because I love Super Mario Bros.
That was on Super Nintendo, right?
No, Super Mario Bros. 2 was on NES.
Didn't Part 3 come on Super Nintendo after?
No, they had All-Stars.
They had All-Stars, and that actually gave you the Lost Worlds
too. So NES gave us Part 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah, yes. And then the All-Stars had Super Nintendo, Part 1, 2, 3, Lost Levels, and Super Mario World all in one system.
Yeah, and see, the thing is, what people don't even know, the Lost Levels are actually Super Mario Bros. 2.
But from Japan.
But the thing was the president of America's Nintendo said that the Mario Bros. 2 looked too much like Mario Bros. 1, and it was too difficult for the states, they felt. So they turned another game into our Super Mario Bros. 2.
Panic.
Exactly, yep. And we ended up getting that instead. So literally there's actually 4 Super Mario Bros. Games that came out on the NES, and we didn't get the Lost Levels, aka the true Super Mario Bros. 2, until
because in Japan, our Super Mario Brothers 2 was Doki Doki Panic.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys are saying Super Nintendo. I'm going to say N64 for that for sure.
That's not a bad thing. I'm just saying when you're comparing them, my reasoning is because it doesn't fucking hold up.
Yeah. To this day, when it comes to N64, I agree with him. I have played some games. There are some games that are good, like Mario Kart 64. It's still a great game, I feel like.
Oh, yeah. Ocarina of Time holds up like crazy.
Exactly. But then when you do take something like Mario 64, because of how it's aged and how we've gotten so used to 2 analog sticks, it just doesn't feel the same. Because you don't have that.
Oh, the controller is impossible.
Yeah,
it's absolutely impossible.
I want to throw something out there. If you had to get one game remade from ground up, graphics, everything, the way the characters move, what game would that be?
From what console?
From any game you want to pick. I'm not even gonna. It would be too long if we went through every single fucking one. But I'm talking graphics. I'm talking even they could touch up the story a little bit. You know what I mean? Make the stories a little bit more interesting. They could touch up gameplay, the way the characters move, everything, like a completely.
So they can even the editing, like the editing of the animations and everything.
Yeah, everything. I want that.
Okay,
so what is yours answer then? Because I don't even know.
It's a hard question because, like, I would say Ocarina of Time, or not Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, which is probably the best Zelda game, but there's already remakes of that. And then I would say Mario 64, but there's already remakes of that. So I'm gonna say Jackie Chan Stuntmaster.
That was the best game. Shaolin style.
No, it doesn't need a remake.
Right? Yeah. I thought I was gonna say Shaq Fu. Anyway,
I would never say that.
Yeah,
there's already a remake of that.
Oh, is there really? Oh God, I don't even want to go into it. Anyway, you guys are not gonna be surprised when you hear mine though and everything. Because I felt like some things need to be changed, and that would be Sonic Adventure.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, because you gotta understand, Sonic 1 all the way to Sonic Knuckles, they were good games. It's like the Genesis.
They were platformers.
Wait, what Sonic are you choosing?
Sonic Adventure.
Which one? Dreamcast?
Yeah,
it's the first one that wasn't a.
That's the one that I like. That's the one that actually.
See, the reason I want them to update it is because one thing, the animation and the dialogue was bad. I feel like they can update it better, especially when they made stuff like Sonic Generations. I loved. I felt like they could take what they did in Sonic Generations and then put it into Sonic Adventure.
Can you guys guess what mine would be?
Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Close.
San Andreas.
Yep. 100%. A Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, completely remastered story, everything.
I only said Vice City because I figured I was trying to think older because San Andreas doesn't really need a remake.
We're about to get into a huge fucking argument here.
Oh no! Don't even start it. Don't start.
I'm fucking doing it.
It's not even an argument. Me and Putty are gonna pick Vice City.
Yes.
All right. So everyone else who's watching this can vote and let us know the truth. All right.
But it's not. Okay, but this is the thing. We have to get this out of the way.
Let's have a pros and con list because you guys.
Let's have a pros and cons list. San Andreas is a way better game.
Okay.
There's so much more to do. Which one do I have my connection with? Is why I say it's the best.
But again,
Vice City.
That's not
this is what I was trying to tell you guys
game?
about our argument we had about the Kevin Smith movies. It's not about what you like. What you like is different than what's good.
So then John, what is a better game?
San Andreas is a better game.
Thank you.
But also the thing I like about Vice City is that the story is tighter. It's more straightforward and it's not as many choose your own path.
You guys have to realize, I get that the nostalgia. I loved Vice City. It's on my top 10 favorite games of all time. But the Vice City was just a testing to see how they could do a 3D.
And they didn't make first of all, Grand Theft Auto 3 was that.
Yeah, but you're right.
Yeah,
Grand Theft Auto 3. You're right. Grand Theft Auto 3 was that. But what was the difference between Grand Theft Auto 3 and San Andreas? Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City.
Everything almost. They perfected everything. And in San Andreas, they took the perfection of Vice City and just added all the other elements like being able to work out and being able to
So that's what I'm saying. Grand Theft Auto Vice City was basically just testing how much they can do with that engine, and then they pushed their limits with fucking San Andreas.
But then this is
San
my
Andreas,
question.
the limits got pushed to a crazy
after
amount.
San Andreas, after you had all of that success, like with the quality of what you built, especially because Vice City was amazing, and then San Andreas was amazing, and then Grand Theft Auto 4 to me is like kind of a fall off. Like it's not very good. I would rather play the biker version or Gay Tony any day over Grand Theft Auto 4.
Anybody would. That's why they made those, because they realized that the game wasn't as good as they could have made it. So they made better DLCs.
The story and the characters are way better in Vice City.
Why do we not get DLC? Why do we not get DLC for Grand Theft Auto 5? Because it's a masterpiece. It's just a perfect.
You know what?
I don't you don't even need to because see GTA. You got GTA Online. You don't have to.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah,
it was a masterpiece. There was everything to do.
It's not that good of a game. It's pretty shit.
Well, what's your favorite Grand Theft Auto of all time?
Vice City.
And Buddy, what would you say?
I would say actually the thing is it's changed. I would like 5, but I'm always gonna like Vice City. So like Vice City, as far as story, always better. For fun, it's gonna be 5.
Yeah, I would say
that's fair. I would say
in terms of story, it's definitely San Andreas. San Andreas' story is so fucking good. Like, I don't understand how anyone can argue.
But you have to understand.
But that would be a close. That's like Putty's not saying he doesn't like San Andreas.
No, I'm saying that it is the best story of every GTA.
But see, the reason I feel like San Andreas just feels like they made their own NWA.
Okay, and what about Tony Montana?
I get it.
This is my argument here. The other original Grand Theft Autos, you were always like a goon for the mafia. In Grand Theft Auto 3, you're part of the mafia. In Grand Theft Auto Vice City, they took that and they expanded it.
You take it over.
And they made all your parts of your favorite mafia movies were in that. And then all of a sudden, from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas to 4 to Gay Tony to the bikers to the new one, they gave up the whole mafia thing, and you're always just a petty gangster now.
Yeah,
it's
but
not the same.
It feels more realistic to me than being a cheesy like Kingpin.
But that's how it was in the 80s. That was real.
It doesn't matter.
Legit real.
It honestly doesn't matter if that's how it was, to be honest, because that doesn't feel good.
It's a game in a time. That's why San Andreas is the way it is. It's based in the 90s.
If there was one problem with Vice City, to me, it would be the story. 100 fucking.
The story's so good.
Yeah, I agree. The story's so good.
Okay, so break down the story for me, please.
You're a low-level goon that knows what to do because you've been around forever. No. You get caught up in this mess. Lance Bass or whatever the hell his name is. Lance
That's
Vance.
not it, but okay. You're getting
Lance
introduced
Vance gives you an opportunity to do something because you know Lance's brother from another time. It shows it in like one of the other games. And then Lance betrays you and you fucking take down everybody.
You got it completely wrong. But whatever.
Take down everybody.
You literally got it so wrong. Anyway, if that's the best to you guys are definitely gonna write an awesome script.
What's the story in your game? You're a guy whose brother turns on your brother's in jail.
No. Let me say it.
Smokey the Bear fucking turns on you.
Since I've played both those games more than both of you guys, and let me break down what happens to San Andreas. Okay, Carl goes back to bury his mother. All right, CJ Carl Johnson, Grove Street. All right,
and runs into Samuel Jackson. Go ahead.
Yeah, and what's the other dude's name? The fat white guy from all the mafia movies. What's his name?
I can't think of it right
John,
now.
you know who it is?
Smoke.
It's the guy that he's in like
Chris Penn. What are we talking
Chris
about?
Penn. There you go. Okay. Anyway, besides the point,
he's
he
dead.
goes to bury his mother, He goes back and starts, meeting back up with his old squad, the Grove Street, that he never really wanted to be part of. He tried to avoid that and leave, and then ends up getting sucked back into that life of crime. And his homies betray him. Come on, bro. That's such a good story. And guess what? Full circle. You see Samuel L. Jackson's the first person you talk to, and at the end of the game, that's the last person you talk to. So
That's
right,
how much
John.
I care about what you're saying.
Good. I get it. And that's why you guys saying that Vice City is better when the
I love how John explained the story. I got pinned into that one.
You want me to do it again? A guy,
No,
his name's
I
Tony
don't-
Romano.
You know what?
from
Hold on.
Everyone
You know
Loves
what?
Raymond.
Look, Putty, could you explain the story one time? Because I want to hear your take on the story.
Okay.
Your like how you remember it.
All right. The way I remember is Tony is actually working his way from the inside, working with all the mobs, trying to get in. He actually wants to run it himself. So he starts working for the mobs. He starts working for them, doing work for them, but learning how
It's
to
cartel,
actually
but yeah.
cartel. Yeah, sorry, the cartel. It's been a while since I played it, but to get within the cartel so he can actually overrun it. If you remember, they even redid the whole Scarface thing towards the end and everything when we go to the end.
Yeah.
But he starts grouping up all the other guys, all the people he meets that also wants to take down the cartel, so they can make their own cartel, so they can actually take it over for themselves and everything. And that,
Okay.
It's
sorry.
dope.
you're
Your
good.
lawyer is the lawyer from Carlito's Way.
Wow.
Sean
Okay, the
Penn.
cops are Samuel Jackson and
Holy
Chris
shit.
Penn.
Sean Penn is the lawyer in the one game, and Chris Penn is the
Are
cop
they?
in the other
That
game.
GTA probably was like the people at Rockstar, the devs are probably like, yo, can you guys your brother? You kind of fucking suck, dude.
Yeah, Sean Penn's way bigger.
Okay,
than
you know
Chris
what?
Penn.
We'll
Okay,
leave
keep it
that.
down.
We'll leave that behind. All right. We'll agree to disagree. John agrees with me that it is a better game.
Yeah,
He
I never
likes one
did it.
more.
I
Putty is
just
just lost in outer space, and we'll leave
I
it.
connect more with the mafia story than I do with the Compton story.
Adding stuff that you could do to your character is awesome. I never said it wasn't, but
That's not what I like about it, though. I don't think
that's
that's what
my-
anyone likes.
But that's my whole point. That's the only thing that I feel it gives outside of gives above Vice City, and then you get to ride motorcycles. The one thing I was mad about that you couldn't do in Vice City. Yeah, it gave us those.
Wait, what? You can ride motorcycles in Vice City?
No, you couldn't.
Yeah, you are.
Oh.
You can. You're thinking of GTA 3.
Am I?
Yeah, Vice
Yeah.
City you can ride
Vice City,
motorcycles.
you couldn't swim in water.
Oh,
Vice
that might
City
be
has
thinking of-
two sport bikes and two choppers and
Vice
a dirt
City,
bike.
if
No,
you went to the water, you
wasn't
got
there a
wasted.
vehicle you can drive in Vice City that you could?
No, there's helicopters, boats, motorcycles.
Maybe I am thinking of GTA 3.
Yeah, the
GTA
map was
3 you
pretty
were
big in
limited.
Vice City.
Yeah.
I just don't think you can ride bikes, but now I think about you can.
In 3, you could ride bikes. You could ride a PJ 900 or whatever.
Because I'm
Probably
thinking in my
could.
head that stupid shirt I got when I collected all the fucking pigeons or whatever.
we
and-
go.
Listen, the fact that they keep the car and bike names throughout most of the games is the coolest part.
Yeah, it is. Even right
and
now,
that characters make comebacks in the other games is so cool.
like right now when you're watching, like there's this guy that I'm sub to, and he makes GTA 5 videos. He does weekly updates, all that stuff on GTA 5. And I'm like watching it, and he's talking about one of the cars, and he like bring it up. He's like, "This is the car. It was like a Pugasi or some shit like that. I forget, but it's like it went all the way back. Like remember, even the Viper had the same name, like a Corvette. I think there was a Corvette. Like
It's a
they kept that
Corvette.
all. Yeah, the
A
Corvette.
croquette.
Yeah, that it's still in GTA 5, and it's so cool that Rockstar did that. That those names will always be there. And yeah, but
Yeah,
anyway, let's have another GTA a question. I got a question for you guys that I was curious about a little while ago when we were arguing it, because this is another reason why I like San Andreas better. But I'm actually curious to your guys' opinion on this. How about soundtrack? Well, what had the best radio stations? in
Okay,
Grand Theft Auto?
this is a hard one because Vice
yeah.
City's soundtrack is dope as fuck.
Yeah.
But San Andreas had way more music.
Yeah,
See,
Wait,
okay, that had way more music because you can go back to the catalog in 80s and 70s. Back in Vice City, you couldn't get 90s music, even
That's
though
true.
you know what I mean.
good
I-
point.
I liked Vice City because they did, like, for example, Vice City was the one that actually brought out, tried to make their own radio stations, invent things on their own. But at the same point, yeah, San Andreas brought out a bunch of songs I loved in that generation, and I grew up. I mean, you gotta remember, I grew up in both generations. I had Vice City and San Andreas for both of those. So yeah, they both had great music, but that kind of puts Vice City in a situation where what are you gonna do? You can't really, you can't really.
I'm going
what
out of the
would you say?
box here. Grand Theft Auto 4.
Grand Theft Auto 4 literally cannot remember you. I cannot remember one song.
Just the sound. I played that game to death. The soundtrack was so good.
So did
Well,
I.
if we're gonna really go that, then we'll just say GTA 5. It's got everything.
Yeah. No, the reason I wouldn't say GTA 5 is because there is a lot of music on there that, like, GTA 5 felt more repetitive to me than San Andreas did. I wonder what the catalog, like, how the number of songs was between the two.
No, no,
San
no.
Andreas, you can see the songs in the booklet.
Let's be honest. I don't know if you guys do this, but have you guys ever just went and listened to a random compilation of all the songs from like Vice City? Because I've done that before. I've been like scrolling through watching GTA videos, and it'll be like it'll say like one of the names of the radio station, and then you go in and it has all the songs in it. Vice City was amazing, 100%. Their soundtrack or their selection.
Let's
of
just
songs
be
are
honest. The
amazing.
whole game series has a good soundtrack. Even Grand Theft Auto 3 does. Grand Theft Auto 3 has that song. Doesn't it have the song by Biggie and 50 Cent, The Realist?
I don't know.
I swear it does.
If I had to break it down to number one, it would definitely be San Andreas and then probably GTA 5 for the reggae station. The reggae station on GTA 5 is so fucking good. Has so many big tunes.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty. And the Rock channel on
the Rock channel
on the Rock channel on Grand Theft Auto 4, the throwback was bomb.
The Vice City had that good rock station because Vice City has a disco.
Yeah,
Grand Theft Auto. Okay, the best. Let's do this one. The best song for a game, and this is close because I know there's going to be two. The best theme song for the game was definitely Flock of Seagulls and I Run.
Yes, that was so
Vice City.
That got in my head when that game came out, and I heard it in the
because Welcome to the Jungle was San Andreas.
Yeah, it was, and I don't get me wrong, I love Guns N' Roses, but yeah,
I hate Guns N' Roses.
So I got a curveball. If we're just talking about like promotional music for a game, there was Sympathy for the Devil for Black Ops 1, and then for Modern Warfare 2 it was Eminem Till I Collapse.
Sympathy for the Devil any day.
Yeah. But see, I'll be honest, like, we're picking any song that's basically based on a mainstream song that really got me pumped for anything. For me, it would be Borderlands. You know, No Rest for the Wicked really got me hyped up.
Okay, that I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, when I heard that and when you hear it when you first start up that game and you hear that song, oh my god!
Just the commercials were dope. The best radio station for any game ever is Horseshoes 405 when you're riding your horse in Red Dead Redemption. It's just
how about fucking, like I said, Black Ops 1 when you're driving through when you're driving in a helicopter and it's Vietnam and it's playing Please Allow Me to Introduce Myself. Or, well, not that
they should have played Painted Black.
No, it was the I can't do it right now. Fuck,
no, it was Sympathy for the Devil. It's like, please allow me to introduce myself.
That's
it.
Yeah.
Okay, but all I'm saying is I don't know what you're talking about because I've never played a Call of Duty game.
Well, you missed out on some great games.
No, I'm not. Call of Duty's absolute trash. Write that in your diaries, bitches.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess this is a good time to end it. We've been going for 45 minutes plus. So.
You could just cut it. You can cut it in parts. We can just be like, okay, hold on a second. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about Grand Theft Auto games.
Guys, today we're just going to talk about a bunch of video games. Welcome to our new video game podcast.
This video is sponsored by Putty. It's in the pothead. All right.
I think we just started a new thing here for the fans. It's just video games all the time podcast.
All right. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap this video up. If you guys enjoyed this video, please do us a favor. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you check out Putty's YouTube channel. It's Gamer Potheads. I'll link to it in the description. And if you guys like movie reviews or you want to check out John's Instagram, I'll link to that in the description too. But anyway, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Subscribe!